Alright, bananas to Gold Rock City. 5 big boxes for 22 Ankh lions? What kind of boat do you think I have? A big boat? Not yet. Good day, sir. Anyways, YouTube, what's up? How you doing? It's your boy Dan, and today, as much as that guy thinks we have it now, we are going to be purchasing the big boat. Unfortunately, we do actually have to get to Gold Rock City first to buy the big boat, but we're going to be buying the big boat today. So that we do have looking forward to us. And then not only are we going to be buying the big boat today, but we're also going to be doing a little shopping trip for the big boat. Also, our barrel of water here is kind of eating the handle here, you know, except for the one over here. Like, it's kind of rude of it, but you know, we can't really do anything. But you join us, YouTube, down here at not Elnolem, I lied. We're here in Neverden. And the reason we're down here in Neverden is because we wanted to buy, let's see here, we've got 4 extra barrels of water, including our biggest mistake, barrel of wine, and then a little bit of a barrel of water left down here. And these barrels of water, the reason why we bought them here is because they are the cheapest in the archipelago here. So we wanted to stock up on the cheapest water we could find. Let's see here, we'll go ahead and pull the sail out, and you see how it's like now. So if I put it out all the way, and then I pull it back a bit, you'll notice that it's like very slowly pulling back, and the reason for that is that there's just a whole bunch of wind in it at the moment, so like that's the biggest reason. But YouTube, let me walk you through what else we got on the boat here, what you missed. We've got our mail, we've got 3 boxes of bananas, whole bunch of bananas here, and then we have, well, we've already walked you through the water that we have on board. So let me go ahead and zoom out here, so we can grab some vibey shots, and let me walk you through what you've missed on Glee so far. So the last time you saw us, where were we the last time you saw us? Because we've done a little bit of off-screen grinding here. I think the last time you saw us was in Gold Rock City down here on day 34. And what we've done since then is make a bunch of money. Okay, maybe not here because we bought everything to trade. But we made 1,300 coins here, near enough 1,400. And then we spent 900 of it to make 1,100 more, 1,200 more, and then we spent 2,000 coins. So that way, we can make 1,000 more coins. So we've been doing some money plays, and then we went and go ahead, and then I completely forgot to get the receipt when we bought everything in LMLM, but we made another 2,100 coins after that. So and then we spent 2,300 coins. And then we made 2,800 coins. So we've been doing some big money schmoves. This right here, this receipt here, is for our 4 barrels of water that we bought for the big journey. And then this here is our boxes of bananas, which we're going to be selling when we get to Gold Rock to make a little bit of money on our journey. However, if we look down here at our money situation, we've got 3,200 Ankh lions. And then things seem a little bit dire down over here because we're down to 40 gold lions, but that's okay because I changed a lot of those gold lions into the local currency just so I could get more and bigger trades, just so we could go ahead and kind of expedite the process a little bit. Because you can only go around the same 5 islands a few times before you start to get bored or something, you know. I don't know. Like, I just figured it was time to kind of speed things up a little bit, so. Because the other thing I considered doing was I also considered upgrading this little boat, just give it a different sail orientation, but I decided that that was probably not in our best interest, so we just went ahead and kind of kept the sails the way they are, and then maybe the next time we're in the Ankh region, we can go ahead and upgrade the boat a little bit to make it a little bit different. So let's see here, we're currently tired, we need to drink, and we need to eat. Okay, cool. How fun. So we'll go ahead and drink some water. Delicious. And then, that's right, it's time to put down Are these wheels of cheese? Are they rotten? That might not be ideal. Nope, they're just about to be rotten. Okay, so we're gonna need to buy our brand new box of cheese before the next You know, it would be great if I could, like, think of words as I need them, because I was thinking about the word, I knew that I had the word, and then I lost it completely. And I don't even smell toast. It's kind of rude, honestly. My brain's just borked. Before our next voyage, there we go. I got there eventually. Oh, bit of a struggle. Well, we got there. And then the other... So I and you guys should be really excited for the big boat, because that means that we'll be able to start doing some proper ocean voyages. Which will be... I don't entirely know yet how we're going to go about those, because those could be a good long time on some of those voyages. The first voyage that we're going to take in it shouldn't take us anything more than, I'd say about 30-ish minutes if we have good wind. But on the next leg from Oasis to Fort Astron, and the reason why we're doing the big voyages in clockwise rotation is just because that's the way the trade winds in the game work. And then once we have the big map, I'll go ahead and show you on the coordinates, like kind of like the paths and the patterns of the trade winds. So we kind of want to stick to those trade winds just that way we can get the most speed, not be at sea for a year at a time, you know. But it won't be unlikely that we'll be doing a journey probably close to like 4 or 5 days in game at sea. So, or potentially even longer than that if we get caught up in storms and things. Because whereas we don't really have to worry too much about this little boat here in storms, especially in this like region, as soon as we leave like the region waters, as soon as we get out to the big ocean, we're gonna have to be kind of concerned about the size of the storms and the size of the waves, because there will be waves that will slightly tower over the big boat, and they are mildly terrifying. But we'll get there when we get there, it'll be fine. And I hope to God that you guys watching this on YouTube haven't just seen 4 words at the top corner of the screen that just say shadow on them. Because if that happens, we're gonna be in a world of trouble. Hopefully not, but you know, we don't want to be greeting Davy Jones too early in the adventure, you know what I mean? Dan, get a perfect storm the boat. Well, hopefully not. Because a bad storm in the big boat, although it's easier to deal with in the ocean waters than it is to deal with this little boat, but out here in the big boat, it'll be hairy, but as long as we keep an eye on the amount of water inside of the boat, we should be fine. Because there's no bilge pump or nothing. So if water gets into the boat, you have to wait for it to dry out. Which it does dry out pretty quickly, but it's still a thing that we need to be concerned about. Especially when it heels. And heels means when it like tips side to side in the water. On the left side of the big boat is where the staircase down is. So if the boat heels to the left too far, we need to be worried about the amount of water that can run down that stairwell, basically. But for the moment, we just have a nice sail to Gold Rock. And we appear to have perfect wind almost, because Neverdane is already so far behind us already. Which is very, very, very good news. Alright, now if we were to take a look-see here, what's the weather looking like at the moment? It's mildly cloudy. I say mildly cloudy when there's countably 3 clouds in the sky. Okay, maybe 4 if you count that little schmatter back there. Which is good news because that has a better probability, meaning that we're going to have good wind on our first ocean voyage. But that doesn't technically mean anything, because it may take us probably more than a day in order to buy the big boat, buy all the shopping things that we need for the big boat, and then kit out the big boat, and then finally load it up. However, because we're now using the big boat and we actually have like proper money, we might start using the cart service, which will speed up the process of loading and unloading. But they do take percentages off of the so like if we were to take the bananas here, or like the barrel of water here, because they costed 20 coins, the cart service takes I think 10%. And or is it 10% or is it 1%? I think it's 1% it charges you for a minimum of 1 coin per item that you use the cart service for. So like every single one of these barrels would be an extra coin in order to like put into a pocket dimension at the loading zone, and then put it into a pocket dimension and then put it on the boat later. So it is a very useful service, and it does speed things up, but when you're early game, it does kind of eat out a lot of your profits. But we're about to be getting to the point where I'm not going to say the money's not going to matter anymore, but we're getting to the point of the game where the adventure starts to become the real thing that we're going for in the game. Because we're going to start seeing trades in between the islands that'll net us like 5 or 6 gold coins per trade, so that will be good stuff. Unfortunately, we have to get to Gold Rock first. So as excited as I am to do this, we do have to wait. So until then, we kind of just gotta chill and vibe and all that kind of jazz. Also, you know what I forgot to do? We're playing DMCA free music today, which means that I don't have to have the Spotify thing on the screen. So I will go ahead and turn that off actually. Let's see here. There it is. Go away. There we go. What DMCA free playlist? What DMCA free? Holy shit, that's hard to say. Hold on. What DMCA free playlist, you ask? Well, that's a very good question. It's the first one that pops up when you search it in Spotify. It's just called DMCA free lo-fi. And apparently one of them does get flagged by YouTube, but it doesn't get demonetized or nothing. It's just like, hey, you're using our song. So I don't know if that's a fault of the playlist or if that's like an issue in the way the song's been uploaded, but like I don't think it's a problem. So hopefully that song doesn't pop up, cause there's a shit ton of songs in this playlist. How many songs are in this playlist? 495 songs and 19 hours of music, so. And I keep it on shuffle every time, so hopefully we won't run into that problem too much. Also, the wind appears to have blown us off course slightly. But that's fine. It's fine, it's fine. High shuffle indeed. You gotta love a good shuffled playlist, you know? Alright, let's see here. So we're currently dealing with 2 different conundrums at the moment. The first conundrum being that it's about to get... Alright, it's not about to get nighttime, but nighttime is fast upon us. And then, we're very tired. So we may... But I do kind of want to utilize the wind, but if we go to sleep right now, we'll just crash into the island. Which at the current moment, with the amount of weight that we have on the boat, we don't want to crash onto the island, because it'll be a pain in the aim trying to get it back into the water, just by like spamming the F key to push it back into the water. So as much as I do want to utilize the wind that we have, we may just have to put the sail at about half and just kind of coast while we're sleeping. Granted, because it's a little bit early in the day when we're going to be falling asleep. Chili Bear Dog, hell yeah. For those of you on YouTube who are hella confused as to why I just said Chili Beer Dog for no reason, it's because we just had an emote added to the Twitch chat called Chili Beer Dog. And as you can see, it's literally bagel right now. Which honestly, kind of same actually. Like, I could f with Chili Dog right now. Chill as hell, look at that. She's just there. Good little dog. Pet little dog. Alright, let's see here. Our little telltale, which is the name of the little indicator flag at the top of the mast, is kind of drooping a little bit. So we are kind of losing a little bit of that fast wind, so I now don't feel as bad for pulling the sail up a little bit and kind of going to sleep on them. Hello, AI friend, how are you doing? I see you still haven't fixed your yards. And the yard is the name for that little boom there. We also have one, as I'm completely zoomed in, but like that little boom here, it's called a yard. So like if you hear them talking like topsail yards in the like sea shanties and shit, they're talking about being up on these masts on the, they're up on these spars on the mast. But our AI friend appears to have a sail that doesn't need one of those. So, but you know, That seems like a them problem, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, we might go ahead and pull this up just a little bit more. Winch! That was the word I was looking for, probably about 20 minutes ago at this point. It's fine. Alright, yeah, we need to sleep. I don't want to accidentally reset the game right now by dying, you know? We're so close to the big boat. We don't want to mess it up yet. That's true, I don't know. Designated hitter, I do know that, actually. Let's see here, we woke up, and we don't appear to have gotten much closer. Oh, it's because there's like no wind. Actually, that does kind of work in our favor. So we'll go ahead and take another swig here. Maybe 2 swigs. Also, moon, shout out. Oh, looks very good, that moon. Can I... let's see here. I want to see if this will come out as a screenshot. Of course, because of the wire is plugged into my mouse. Screenshot noise warning, so be careful. I don't know how loud it's going to be, but, you know, FYI. Beautiful. It does look kind of jank with the sail kind of half up, but it does, actually now that the sun's starting to come up, it does kind of work. Annoyingly though, because we are buying the big boat, this will not end up being the thumbnail, but it's too good of a screenshot to not just take it, you know what I mean? I take hella screenshots in games, honestly. Well, it depends on the game. Because, like, this game I take a shit ton of screenshots. And then, like, I take a shit ton of screenshots in, like, Flight Simulator. But then most games, I guess I don't take screenshots at every game. It's just, like, some games, you know. Trucking Simulator doesn't get screenshots. Trucking Simulator does get screenshots, but it's a very... it's kind of a faff to do screenshots. The screenshot noise made you want to pop. Yeah. The screenshot noise is... you can always tell that it's a Steam screenshot, that's for sure. There's no denying when you've taken a Steam screenshot. It's all you can hear. You like the sound. That's fair. I mean, it's just a, it's one of those noises where it's like when you hear a Discord ping in like a YouTube video or something. Like, it's one of those noises that it's like, bro, what the hell? Like, first of all, rude, you know what I mean? Like, I don't mind the noise, but like, it's a very jarring noise. So I can imagine if you're like doing something else, you know, which I encourage considering, you know, like you hear a screenshot noise, you're like, what the f, why is my computer freaking out taking screenshots all the time? Like, what the hell's going on? So I like to mention it just so nobody's freaked out by it. And I'm still mildly annoyed because we're still having that issue with Spotify in Streamlabs, where after about an hour, the music just gets all fuzzy for some reason, and it's incredibly annoying. And I still have yet to figure out what's caused it, and there's like nothing about it on the forums. So it might just be like a free version thing. I've got no idea. And I realize I should probably just switch to OBS at this point, but you know, honestly, it would make sense to switch to it sooner rather than later. But then we would lose a lot of the alerts, because the one nice thing about Streamlabs is that a lot of the alerts are actually handled by Streamlabs. So like the follow notifications and all that jazz are done through Streamlabs. And then the channel points and things, as we found out on, when was that? Monday morning / Sunday night, depending on time zone, is a webhook that goes through, it's through Twitch, but then you have to use the webhook through Streamlabs. And I presume it probably works the same way on OBS, but I have literally no idea. So, but we're getting close to the port. And this is exciting, because this is going to be the last time that we're going to be getting close to the port at Gold Rock City in the small boat here for probably a good long while. Because it's gonna, once we get to the Fort Eastern region, we're probably gonna spend a good couple episodes like exploring around the Fort Eastern region. So this is kind of an emotional moment, honestly. And we've got some good lighting for it too, you know? Actually, let me you've got enough charge, mouse. You're fine. Stop being dramatic. Let me unplug that so the mouse doesn't fly around when I take another screenshot noise. Also, boat, why are you turning? Oh, it's because I was holding down A. Oh, alright, fair enough. I can't blame you for that one. Like, this is an emotional day. Oh, and then we've got the boat that we're gonna be buying in the background there. Yeah, look at that. Good stuff, good stuff, good stuff. And then maybe like another one. Wait till it clears it a little bit more. There we go. Alright, now we actually do have to park. That's a lamp. That's not a steering wheel. Okay. So we'll come over here. And now, actually, you know what? What we're gonna do is we're gonna park at the end of the pier there. So we're not actually gonna be parking close like we usually do. Because we want to keep the boat kind of out of the way of the big boat for the next time we come into here to park. So we're gonna go ahead, lock that there, pull you up all the way, and then you need to come this way. There we go, there we go, there we go. And then you can put the sail down a little bit. There we go, 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 there we go. Turn around, turn around, turn around, boat, turn around. I said turn around, boat, turn around. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then that little bit there on the right, at the top right of your screen right now, that's the shipyard. So if we wanted to, we could go ahead and put the, put this boat in there, and then we could like change the sail configuration and jazz. Also, we can switch out the canvas roof here on the cabin for a hard roof. Which is kind of nice when you're just like using this boat, but honestly the only reason we didn't do it is because it's very spinny. Literally contributing to the end of with every screenshot. I'm joking. Yeah, I know. I do wish there was a way to like change the volume of it. Actually there might be, honestly. But in my 11 years of using Steam, I've never once looked for that setting. Okay, honestly, that's kind of good enough. And then we can actually just walk it. So here's what we'll do. I'm Christopher Walken here. If we tie that there, and then we'll bring you over here. Pop you there. And then come this way. Come here, come here, come here. Come hither. I said both, come here, come here, come here. And then scrolling the scroll wheel brings all the rope in. Bonk, bonk. Bonk. There we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. Oh, goodbye. Alright, and we'll bring you over here. Over here. And then every time I see these, like, crates, I get, like, Sea of Thieves brain, and I'm like, oh yes, give me free loot. But that's not how this works. Alright, there you go. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go, there you go, there you go. Shoot. And then I need the halyard. We'll go ahead and pull you all the way up. Noise. And then I need the aft mooring line, which is down here somewhere. There we go. And then you can go there. And then we'll go ahead and take this, tighten you up a little bit. So now we don't want to, usually when we park, we'll tighten it so that way it's got just like a little bit of wide jiggling, exactly, Nightbot. A little bit of a space so that way it can bob up and down with the waves. However, the loading, the way that this game does its loading is kind of weird. So we want to give it a little bit more, like, leeway, basically. Because there's been times when I've come back from an ocean voyage ready to hop in the little dhow here just to do like a little fun trip, you know? And then I find that the boat is stuck on top of the dock here. And at which point it becomes kind of a pain in order to do anything with it after that. Because you just have to sit here for like 30 minutes spamming the F key. Angel Eyes. Maybe? Ellie Goulding is not here right now. Also, I don't think Angel Eyes is Ellie Goulding. Who is that? There's this. I've got a song on the playlist called Angel Eyes, but I forget who it's by. Hippie Beaner, maybe? No, that's Devil in Your Eyes. I don't remember. Ocean Eyes? No, Ocean Eyes is the Billie Eilish one. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Extends Cat! That's so funny. I love that emote, honestly. Alright, bananas. So we've got some bananas, which we'll bring over. And then we need to clear out our box of cheese. And then, once we get our money from the bananas, we can start going shopping for stuff that we're going to need for the big boat. But I think what we'll probably do is we might actually buy the big boat and then go shopping. Because it would be kind of boring to go shopping and then buy the big boat. Because, I mean, let's be honest. The big boat's the exciting part, you know? The shopping is the less exciting part. Also the fact that we need water and cheese. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Dude, the irony of Extends Cat being small is very good. I also appreciate that. Bonk. And then we've got one more box of bananas. And then we can finally go ahead and exchange the money around. Buy the boat. Like, look at this lad, dude. He's an absolute certified chonker. Look at this guy. That's gonna be our boat soon. Dan, stop waxing lyrical about the big boat and just sell the bananas so you can actually buy the big boat. Yeah, I hear you. I made a ton today and they're all so small I don't know what to do about it. Does 7TV accept SVG files? Because that's what I was kind of surprised by. Because I made a Twitch emote. It's the only emote we have at the moment right now. Which is the bottle of tzatziki. And I should have put it as a free emote, I think. Because I want people to be able to use that emote as much as possible. But if somebody is willing to show our friends the tzatziki emote, because I think it's pretty good. But it took me probably about 4 hours just to make the little tzatziki emote. The little blue monster guy is just one that Twitch like provides you. Bonk. But I was incredibly surprised that Twitch doesn't allow SVG files, because those are just like they scale as they need to be. Damn, I used to have a friend named Tadziki. He was such an a-hole. Was Tadziki the guy, the dude, the f***er? Because that would be crazy. Barrel of wine, which is, actually, you know what? We're gonna put the barrel of wine. It's not ours yet, but we're gonna put the barrel of wine here so we can celebrate immediately. Ted and Chad from Fairly Odd Parents. This might shock you, but I don't know if I've ever seen Fairly Odd Parents. I've seen like 1 or 2 episodes, but that's kind of it, actually. Also, I need to drink some water. Because I didn't have cable growing up. We just had, whatever was on PBS Kids. Which, Fetch with Ruff Ruffman, absolutely fantastic show. That was my shit when I was a kid. Or, what was it called? Maya and Miguel, that was on at PBS Kids, like 7:30 in the morning before school. That shit was so fucking good, dude. Love that show. It was about these 2 twins. The food in that show looks so fucking good, bro. Alright, we'll put that there, and then yes, I know I need to eat food. It's fine. And then we've got bananas to sell. Yeah. Now we've got 3,600 lions. Now the thing is, nope, I don't want that yet. I want currency exchange. We need to go from Ankh lions to gold lions, and we have 40 of them, so we need 10, 10, 10, 10, 5. Nope, minus 10. Nope, I fucked that up. 10, 10, 10, 5. There we go, and now we've got 2,800 gold lions to play with for the regular lions. Should I go drive by a wildfire? We don't get them often. I would say no. Just cause like Well, A, you don't want to get caught because wildfires do spread very quickly sometimes. And also, like, you don't want to stop emergency people from getting where they need to be just in case. Like, disaster tourism is not a great thing in my opinion. I understand why it's a thing, but it's not a great thing in my opinion. And besides, there'll be footage on the news soon enough, you know. Alright. However, it's officially time. We have the cash. We have the coins. We have the boat. And now we have the big boat. Look at it. Look at it. It's so big. It's so good. There's space back here. So much room for there's enough room for activities here in this little captain's area as there is on the entirety of this boat over here. Now that is some good stuff. And then if you come down here, right? First of all, it gets nice and muffled and quiet when you're down here, and it's just a nice place to be. But we get to sleep inside. We no longer have to worry about drowning when we're sleeping on the back of the boat. Okay, we might if it starts to sink, but that's not going to happen. We'll be fine. Again, if there's something that says shadow 4 times at the top left of the screen or somewhere else, it'll probably be at the bottom right just for contrast's sake. If that's there right now, just assume that I scream later. If it's not there, then it'll be fine. YouTube, welcome back. What you've missed is a big shopping spree. And we've loaded the boat with everything that we need. So we're going to get underway here. We're going to be doing our first ocean journey. And we're going to be headed out to Oasis, actually. So as long as we can get out of the harbor, we're going to be doing kind of well for ourselves here. And if we can get out of the harbor is a very important question. Because it's going to be mildly difficult to get out of here. Because we have a very tight turn to be making very quickly. So we'll see what we can... I went downstairs. I don't need to go downstairs. I need to go upstairs. There we go. Alright, and now we can start our turn. And you can already tell how big of a difference it is in handling. Like, this is a big lumbery boat. It just lumbers around. There we go. We can set those sails out. And now we have to be a little bit more careful because we do have 2 sails to manage now. We've got 2 masts. Nope. Don't do that. And I'm already mildly concerned that we're gonna run aground and get stuck. So hopefully that doesn't happen, but it does look mildly likely at the current moment. Yeah, look at that. We're already grounding out. Come on. Into the ocean you go. Well, hey, you know, it was a great maiden voyage. We made it so far. Well, this is not a great sign. Oh no, it'll be fine. 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 Because I'll tell you what we'll do is we'll come up here. This is the only thing I don't like about the Gold Rock spawn location for the big boat, is that it is very difficult to get out. Alright, there we go, there we go, there we go. Well, we're gonna be fine! Exactly, exactly, exactly. Come on. Go backwards. Ugh. Because there's a whole bunch of stuff on the boat. It's already heavy. And there's no, like, tides or nothing. Yes, 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 you're almost free, you're almost free, you're almost free, you're almost free. Go, 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 go. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, go. Beautiful. We're good. We're free. We're free. We're free. Alright, now we gotta straighten out. Yeah. Okay. And now we can drop the sail. There we go. 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 And then I need you to steer all the way to the left, my guy. All the way. All the way. All the way. There you go. And then we'll go ahead into the aft sail, and we'll go ahead and pop this down. Beautiful. Because realistically, this sail right here in the back is what gives us our control of movement. Alright, so now we can start to make our turn. And then it'll be time. We're free. We are free. We're free. And the journey starts now. I don't know what to tell you. The journey starts now. Also, I'm now looking at the timer of like how long we've been uptime for, and I don't. This may end up being 2 episodes, but also maybe not, because like a lot of that time is going to get cut out. It really just kind of depends on how long this journey is going to take. So we'll see. All right, Telltales, how you looking? You're looking kind of angry. That's fair. Where is yes, there we go. All right. Okay. We are already hitting bad winds, which is a great sign. Our journey has been already cursed. This is not a good omen. And sailors are very superstitious. So the fact that we immediately crashed, and the fact that we now have immediately no wind, is of mild concern. We do appear to be moving now, though. Yeah, we're good. We're good. We're good. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. The sails do be luffing, but we are moving very, very slightly, very slowly. Oh yeah, look at her. She's beautiful. Big sails, big sail energy. And as we are starting to catch the wind a little bit more, we're getting more and more speed on us. And I'm hoping we'll be able to get out of Gold Rock before the sun goes down, but you know, for some reason it's not looking likely. I don't know why, but something tells me it might be an issue. But we might be okay. How's the wind looking? The wind's actually kind of in our favor at the moment. And we now have to navigate our friend over here. I think he's passing us on the outside though, so we should be okay. I hope. Let's see, is that a good screenshot? It's not a good screenshot. Bonk. Well, that's pretty good though. I mean, it would be better if that dude's mast wasn't all sorts of up, but you know, what can you do about it? But we are officially underway on our first ocean voyage, and let's run down what we're gonna be doing. Let's pick up the map first. Okay, so we're down here in Gold Rock City, and we're going up to Oasis. So basically, as soon as we get out of port here, we're gonna be steering north and kind of keeping our course for as long as we can. And YouTube, when we wake up, I'll run you through what we have on board, what we purchased, and what we've got. You can already see some of it in this view alone. Obviously, the map is new. You can see 2 lamps. That's new. These shelves are new. A table here is new. We've got a knife over here, a knife. That's new. We've got some tobacco. You know, because we're sailors. And I said that I was gonna wait, but well, we're here now. So actually, you can't see anything, so I will explain what's back here and below once we get properly underway. But for the moment, we're just getting out of port here on the new boat. And we are almost ready to start making our turn to the north. The north! Alright, there we go, there we go, there we go. Very, very, very slowly at the moment. But that's okay, we don't have any square sails or nothing, so it'll be... Once we get to Gold Rock, or not Gold Rock, once we get to Fort Astron, we'll hopefully have made enough money so we can start putting different sails on the boat. Because we will be changing the sail configuration on this boat. The lateen sails that we have, these big triangles, the same ones that were on the dhow, are very good and very useful for like small boats and maneuverability. But once you get to the big boats, they're very good for upwind sailing, but they're not very good for downwind sailing, and they're not very good for maneuverability on the big boats. So we're going to be hopefully able to do that once we get to Fort Astron with the amount of money we're going to be making. We may not be able to do that just because we did kind of go all out on our shopping trip before we put everything in the boat. Let me run you through the gravity of the situation now, YouTube, okay? We have 53 coins to our name at the moment, and that is it. That nothing more, nothing less. That's all we have right now. So we weren't able to take part in any like trades to Oasis, but as we also found out, that was kind of a good thing because there were no high profit trades available for Oasis. There was only like missions. So we did take a couple of missions. And like I said, once we wake up in the morning, I'll run you through what we have. But we're just about to pass the Great Seam of Gold Rock, which is a very good sign. So let's take a look-see here. Start steering a bit more. And then I think we'll actually be able to open the sail a bit. Get some speed on us. Come back here and open you up a bit as well. And you're on this side. Beautiful. And then let's take a look-see here. Island is off to our right side. We're almost facing north. Come on. There we go. There we go. Now if I straighten out, how are we looking? Do we stay north? If I let go of the wheel, do we stay going north? We do appear to still be going north. And how's the wind looking on the telltales? We can't really tell because it's dark. Alright, fair enough. So our mainmast here up front is what's going to be like our power sail, essentially. Like that's going to show us, what's going to propel us faster. The sail in the back is going to be our steering sail and our trim sail, basically. And whereas that does give us speed because it's right over the rudder, it's gonna be more for like steering capability. And we are tracking true. We're going north and we're staying north. In which case, I believe it do be sleep time. So we'll go ahead, pop you over here. We'll turn you off, and then we'll come down here, turn you on. And I'll put you back over here. Come on, there you go. And when we wake up, we'll be able to take, we'll be good to go. But for now, sleep time. Oh, I probably should have turned that lamp off. It's fine. We've bought a box of candles. Alright, but we're gonna be waking up here. There we go. Turn the lamp off. And Gold Rock is already a good distance behind us. And you can already see the waves have picked up in size just because we're no longer in the yoke of the archipelago. And Gold Rock behind us there is only slightly visible above the horizon. We're going to start looking for Oasis once Gold Rock is officially not visible by the island. But you can see with the size of these waves why we didn't want to take the small boat out here, just because it would have been a bit of a pain in the ain. A bit more terrifying than I would have liked. Oh, we still have issues there. Alright, so you two, let me walk you through what else we've got. We bought some more lamps. We've got another lamp up here, and we've got sunspot fish and medicine and some mail as our missions. We also purchased a clock. We also purchased a stove and some firewood, and a fishing rod and some fishing hooks. And then we also picked up an ocean map, a table, 2 shelves, some tobacco and a pipe, and a couple more lanterns. So that was our haul. But for the current moment, we're in a bit of a pickle, because there is currently a bug in the game where if you right-click the crates of like cheese, for example, to open it, and you don't immediately click the break the seal button and you just move the crate around, you're unable to, once you then put the crate down and then click the break the seal button, you're then unable to open the crate until the next time you relaunch the game, basically. So we're trying to figure out how we go about fixing that issue. I don't know if the devs know about the bug. I'll pop it in their Discord later tonight. But for the current moment, we kind of gotta go fishing. So go fishing we shall do. And just like that, it's a 10 out of 10 game, because you can go fishing. And hopefully we can go fishing kinda quickly, because we kinda need to eat some food, you know. But it'll be fine. No milk barrels. Yeah, but could you imagine trying to transport milk across the ocean before refrigeration? It would be easier to transport a cow, which is what they did, fun fact. Livestock ships were very common back in the day. Please, I need to catch a fish. Just keep it in the water. Oh, we got a fish, we got a fish, we got a fish. Okay, yes. Oh. Yes, fish. Collect fish. Now sometimes the fish eat your hooks, which is a very good thing, which is why we bought the fresh raw tuna. Now we could cook this, but, you know, who doesn't like some sashimi tuna? Alright, it's time for more fishing. Here we go, here we go. Give me another fish. Yes! Let's go. So we have to scroll down until the rod starts to vibrate a little bit, and then we kind of pull it up and back, and we keep on going. Come on, this one's a feisty one compared to the tuna. Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go. Alright, and our hook's still there. Our hook is still there. Good shit. We're gonna be, I think we're going to do quite a bit of fishing, because we need to eat at least 3 fish. And we've eaten 1 fish so far. So we'll catch 1 more fish and then we'll start doing navigation stuff. Actually, that's a good point. Let me see what time it is. Before noon. Alright, cool. We can catch 1 more fish. So, there is a mod to do idle fishing, so that way you can fish while you're just like sailing around and not having to hold the rod. But I do not have that mod, so we're just doing regular fishing. So we have to hold the rod in order to catch a fish. Come on, give me a fish. Come on, give me a fish. Oh, here we go, come on. There we go, there we go, there we go. Oh, this is a spiky fish. What on earth? There we go. There we go, there we go, there we go. We've got fish. What do we got? A fresh raw salmon? I know it's a salmon. Delicious. Down in 1. Scales and all. Fresh, raw, blue shimmer tail? Delicious. Amazing. Spikes first, just to show it who's boss. Alright. And Gold Rock is still just visible over the horizon. And then can we see anything out in front of us? Nope, it's just slightly misty. What about in the distance, anything? Nope, nothing. If anything, it would be up and to our leftish. But again, we still have some distance to cover still. So we'll go ahead and check the thing here. Oh, we are very close to noon, so we'll go ahead and take our sun compass out here. I like to stand so that way the shadow's on the south, and we'll go ahead and start looking at our latitude here. Alright, so here we go. This is exciting gameplay, I know. Just sitting here watching a shadow slowly creep around the sundial. Of course, keeping it steady with the rocking of the boat with the waves is kind of stressy. Oh, right about now. So that was 32, which is good. And it's currently, it was at 3, so that's 15. And then we're going to take that, we're going to divide it by like 4-ish, and we're kind of about where we need to be actually. We're kind of like right-ish here at that little intersection. So we're doing well, is what that boils down to. Can we still see Gold Rock? Just. Alright, fair enough. Can we see anything on the horizon? No, we cannot. Not yet. So it's easier to come into Oasis at night, because at night there's a big ass lighthouse. During the day, you just kind of gotta navigate your way there. So we will see what we can do. I keep seeing schmutz on my screen and thinking that it's the island, but it's not the island because it's facing the wrong direction. Let's see here, let's see here, let's see here. Nothing yet. Tell you what we can do though, we can open the sail a little bit. Cause that'll help us, that'll help us go a little bit faster. We can do the same back here. And the waves are really not liking us going forwards or northwards, that's for sure. But there's really not much we can do about that at the moment. We just kind of gotta go with the wind, you know. And I think right about there should be just about good. There we go. We'll let you out a little bit more. And is that steering us? Not really. And then I think, oh, we are steering more to the right than I want to. But that's fine. We'll come over here and that should be about good. I think the winds have shifted on us. Yeah, they have a little bit. So we'll go ahead and pull that a little bit taut. Anything on the horizon? There's nothing on the horizon. There's not even a 0 dawn on the horizon. But that's okay. I haven't expected to see anything yet. Gold Rock is still just slightly visible in the distance back there. And if we spend a day without seeing anything, that's when, after Gold Rock disappears behind the mist, that's when we know for sure that we're in a bit of a pickle. But for the current moment, we're kind of good. The boat is very tilty. Most of the times when you're on a sailboat, they're usually, depending on how it's set up, you'll be tilted one way or the other. Just because the wind likes to push you over a little bit. Because there's a lot of force. Like, if you think about it, like, fulcrum ways, you know? Like, there's a lot of force being put onto those sails, which is tipping the boat over a little bit. And then the rolling of the ocean certainly isn't helping it very much. And especially with the waves as they are right now. We're kind of in a good spot with the waves, but they do have They do have a tendency to go the wrong way sometimes. But we've actually got a pretty good amount of speed on us right now, which is a very good thing. And I'm still out here scanning the horizon. We're looking... Well, I don't know how we're looking. We're looking northish, you know. We are headed more... If we look back, where is Gold Rock in comparison to us? South, southeast. So that's actually kind of fine. Perfect, almost, really. Because the direction that we're going isn't directly north, but actually it's gotten further to the not north. Which I believe is the wave's fault, to be honest with you. But we need to go a little bit more this way. We'll see if we can keep that course. And this is kind of the other reason why I want to get rid of these sails, is that these sails are very difficult to balance. Because they like to fight each other a lot. Which is not ideal. Alright, if we come back out here, can we see Gold Rock? Not behind that wave we can't. Alright, wave, I need you to pass me. Get out the way, wave! Yup, it's still back there. But this is exciting. This is our first proper voyage with the new boat. And we just need to keep an eye out on the horizon. See if we can find our island. But we do have some good speed on us right now, actually. Once again, I thought I saw it in the distance. But it's just a wave playing tricks on me. And I still don't expect to see it yet, but I'm too excited, you know? I want to see it in the distance. Just like pop up like, oh, there it is. Oh, a mist just kind of descended. So this may take a while still. Gold Rock is still visible. But again, we have good wind, which I'm thankful for. Because this journey could have taken a couple of days in game if we didn't have good wind. And we do have good wind, so you've got to be thankful for that. But YouTube friends, I may cut the video here. And then we'll rejoin you when we see land, whenever that might be. Middle of the night, middle of the day. Whenever we see land, I'll let you know, YouTube friends. But for now, I'll be right back. Oh, do you see that? At the top right corner of the screen, there's a very faint red dot. Let's see here. If I come over here, can we spot it through the periscope? Yes. That there? That's Oasis. That's where we're going. So YouTube, welcome back. Land Ho has been sighted. And we just need to go ahead and turn a little bit further to the east, a little bit further north. And we've got a direct shot to Oasis, which is very exciting. Oh yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. It is still slightly in the distance, so we don't want to overshoot it, because it's just outside of our corner boundary that we can see. But we kind of need to keep right about this heading right here. So as long as the wind cooperates, which it does appear that it kind of wants to, we can open the sail, open this sail, and because we're going to be running with the wind, we're going to be good to go. Oh, look at that. We're pointed straight at it. Now we don't want to be pointed directly at it, because it is technically, we don't want to crash, you know, but If it happens, it happens, okay? We've already crashed the boat once, but we're gonna try not to crash on purpose, but we might crash, you know? I don't want to say that we're not going to, because if I say that we're not going to, we absolutely will. But if it remains an open-ended, you know, there's still a chance. Alright, fill up some water. There we go. And then, you know what? I might do some more fishing. Just to spend the evening, now that we know where we're going. We can get some more food. That way I still don't have to restart the game. Oh, we've already got a fish on the hook. That was fast. Come on. Come on, fish. Come out. Come out. Yeah. Come out. Yeah, there you go. 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 Collect. Oh, I dropped the rod. Collect. It ate the hook, you bitch. Okay. Open, break the seal. Oh, I see. If we can't open one crate, we can't open all the crates. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Well, we may have to restart the game if we don't get there relatively quickly. Because we currently don't have a available food source, because we can't open the box of cheese, we can't open the crate of fishing line in order to put a new hook on the rod. So, well, we kinda gotta hope and pray that we're not gonna die of hunger. And honestly, if we do die of hunger, I just need to restart the game and it'll be fine. But it'll be fine, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. Probably, maybe, hopefully. But you can now just start to see the orange dot on the horizon there. Properly and effectively. And that is where we're going. So we'll be... Well, now that it's dark, YouTube, I'm guessing it's going to be a long episode. So I may link up with you again when we get a little bit closer. We might even get parked up and all that jazz before we see you again, but I think you're going to want to see the approach into the island. So, we will see you when we're close, YouTube, which will be about 2 seconds for you, and I'll let you know how long it is for me, just so you get an idea as to how long it took. But yeah, I will see you shortly. Yeah, there we go. Daydreaming up a storm? Hell yeah. I encourage daydreaming. Okay, let's put those up to about half. So that way we can take a little nap ski. And then when we take her... How close are we to the island? That's the only thing I don't like, is that I have no idea. Because like at the current moment it doesn't look like we're close, but it also doesn't look like we're far away. But also at the same time, I feel like I can actually see the island, which I can. So I'll tell you what we might end up doing, is I might end up, when we get closer, I might put the anchor down and then relaunch the game, because we are going to need to eat, and we're not going to be able to get there before we need to eat, because we need to sleep. And sleeping is very good at drating your eat bar. So we will change that around. Let's see here. Yeah, because that needs to be fixed. So, we are close though. Like, surprisingly close. I mean, we're close enough to the point where the... We're close enough to the point where we might run into that little bit of landmass there, which I know you guys can't see, but I can barely see it, and we don't want to crash. So I guess YouTube, welcome back, because we're near enough close to parking at this point. And we will go ahead and park. And yeah, we'll take a little sleep ski, and then we'll go ahead and explore a little bit of Oasis out here. We probably won't be walking up to the lighthouse over there, just because it's quite a ways away from where we're gonna be. Also, there's really nothing of interest out there, which is kind of disappointing. Like, the one thing I wish there were, like, secrets in the game, but there are 2 major secrets in the game, don't get me wrong, but there's not, like, hidden things, really. Alright, so we can go ahead and pull you up all the way. Because the rear sail is actually what's going to be doing it's what does a lot of the steering for us. So as long as that's out, we'll still have good movement. So we'll pull that back in. Where is the dock here? Jig right and then go left. Okay, yep, there it is. Okay, I'm gonna lock you there. I'm gonna pull you up a little bit. Yeah, there we go, there we go, there we go, there we go. And we can, oh, look at that. This is gonna be a slightly perfect entrance for the first docking. There you go, there you go, there you go, there you go. Give me that. Oh, uh-oh, uh-oh, it's fine, it's fine. Okay, there we go. And now I can't see. What have I done this for? Give me a cleat. Where's a cleat? There's a cleat. There we go. And then I might actually go ahead and take this, put it in my pocket so we can see. And then you come over here. Come on. Jump, jump, jump. That'll work. And then, oh yes, there we go. Reel the boat in, reel the boat in, reel it 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 in. There we go. And now this island doesn't have the same boundary that that we find in the Gold Rock or in the Ankh region archipelago. Whereas once you're within the island boundary, the water is very calm, so you don't have to worry about it too much. This is really the first place that you visit if you start in the starting region, which has the water will go up over the dock here because there's no like safety area. So this is the first area that we need to be really vigilant about, having space in between the boat and the dock so that way you can move up and down and all that jazz. Alright, but we need to sleep. So we shall go ahead and sleep, and YouTube, I will see you again in the morning. Bash mods, what happened? What happened? What happened? What'd you do? Ah, it's melting at the Oasis. Alright, YouTube, welcome back, and welcome to Oasis, officially. Look at this. It's not the Ankh region anymore, it's someplace new. There's a lighthouse. There's a town. There's a dock. Okay, it might look slightly similar, but it's not Ankh. Look at this. There's so much new things. And then what you also missed, YouTube, is we also restarted the game while we were sleeping, so that way we could open our boxes of food and all that stuff. So if that ever happens to you guys in your game, the way to fix it is just to back out and relaunch the game, and it does fix it. But now we have the fun task of delivering everything. And we're gonna use the cart. I know. YouTube's probably like, what do you mean we're gonna use the cart? We never use the cart. I know, it's exciting, we're gonna use the cart. And the cart is very simple to use. I said maybe. I said maybe. I forget the next line of the song. I started with such gusto and then immediately lost it because I forgot the next line of the song. But we're just gonna hover over every piece of cargo that we have and hit R, and that will put it in our inventory. Well, it'll put it in our pocket dimension. I said maybe, gonna be the one that saves me. And then once we get over here to this guy, we can be like, yo, I got all your stuff, bro. And just like that, we can just click it, and then he takes it right out. Boom, 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 boom. I know, you're enthralled, my guy. He doesn't seem to give a single. But anyway, let's go ahead and you can have your cart back. There you go. Let's take a look-see here. What do we got? We got some nice flowers, some nice grass. Potentially also flowers. Either way, it looks good. We got some nice trees. We didn't see too much of this in the Ankh region. We got you. What do you have over here? Ah, yes. Cheese. I understand. I too am a fan of the cheese. What's over here? What do you sell, my friend? Well, you've got water, you've got grain. So I have made this mistake in the past, so I'm going to let you guys know so you guys don't make the same mistake. You can't buy grain and then make it into bread. I don't know why you can't. That might be a thing later, but who knows. But we could also buy water here. As you can see here, these barrels are 30. Which is why we bought water down in Never Did, because, you know, it we saved 10 coins on a barrel of water, so those are some good deals. Come over here, what do you guys have? You have an extra map, lantern candles, firewood, more firewood. Oh, nope, those are fishing hooks. I can read. It's true. We got a broom for sale, got another compass, some more lanterns, just in case they fall into the ocean. This guy over here is selling steaks, lamb steaks. And honestly, we're gonna eat a lamb steak just to celebrate our success at getting here properly. And then there's a nice little pond here. Yes. POV, you're a frog. Incredible. This is what it's like to be a frog. Wow. Anyway. Oh. That's really what it's like to be a frog. Anyway, over here, there's a nice obelisk. You gotta appreciate a nice obelisk, you know what I mean? Like, look at that. That's a good obelisk. A beautiful building over here. This is the inn. And you can sleep here, you can eat some food here, you know? And this is, if you have scurvy, if you rest at an inn, it costs you a couple of coins, but... Oh, weird graffiti you got in the place. It'll cost you a couple of coins, but it'll fill up your food bar, it'll fill up your water bar, and it'll fill up your sleep bar, and it'll reset your scurvy timer. And then... Oh, it's you! Why do you look like an executioner, my guy? Alright. You know, he looked away. I don't think he was too happy with that. Fair enough. I also wouldn't be too happy if somebody asked me if I was an executioner, you know? You'd be like, well, that's kind of rude, you know? Do I look like somebody who does that? Jesus. But this is one of the first locations in the game that we actually get to see, like, farm fields. Which is actually kind of sick. Because there's... Honestly, like, the one criticism that, like, I have about the game and, like, I've seen about the game is that the land masses don't look like they can support human population. You know what I mean? Because, like, they're just, like, rocks in the middle of the ocean. Like, where are they growing food to trade? And unfortunately, the well... We can't, like, fill up the barrels, the water barrels in the well, which is also a feature that I kind of wish was added, but it's a mod currently at the moment. If you want, you can download, and you can refill the barrels with the wells, and, like, ponds and rainfall and that kind of jazz. But, we're doing vanilla, so... Let's see here, anything else of note around Oasis other than the farm fields and all that kind of stuff? Oh, what's this plant actually? Hold on. It's just a big fern. It is me. I am the plant man. Yes, I won with the plant. Anyway. Let's see here. What else we got? Anything over here? Anything of note? Anything of interest? Oh, that's a pretty cool building. Oh, he's got 4 obelisks, bro. Alright, that's kind of excessive. 4 obelisks? Like, okay, I wonder who the rich guy in town is. It's not exactly subtle. It is kind of a cool building, though. I will give him that. Oh, he's got like a little backyard with a mini obelisk? Dude, you need to calm down. And then, of course, there's the lighthouse over there, which we were seeing in the distance and at night. And look at that. It is kind of a cool lighthouse. Just a big, giant bonfire. Fantastic, really. Like I said, unfortunately, we can't actually, like, go into the building. Because it would be really cool if we were able to, like, get into the lighthouse and then, like, get to the top. Like, on a staircase or something. Again, very early access game. There's a lot of things that I kind of hope end up in the game in the future, but who's to say, really. Alright. But for now, YouTube, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and select some of our missions. And then the next time I see you, YouTube, will be after that. Well, we're going to end the episode after that. So I think the next time I see you guys are going to be, it depends on how long it takes us to do the ocean voyage. Because if it takes us a couple of hours, I might cut it down into a couple weeks episodes. I may also just cut it down to be like one episode with a lot of bits cut out. Because I don't really know how we're gonna do the long ocean voyages with the streams and things yet. Because those will be difficult. But either way, YouTube, that's not your place to worry about. So for now, my friends, we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a quick look to see what we have for trade. And we're looking for things that go to Fort Astron, which is kind of crazy. But look at all that money. And you may be saying to me, Dan, what the hell is an Astron crown? And that is just that region's currency. It's like how Oasis here uses the gold, the Ankh lions. Fort Astron uses Astron crowns. And Happy Bay also uses Astron crowns, and that's like the the stop-off point between the Astron region and the Emerald Archipelago. And then, let's see here. There's also, is there a mission going to... There's no missions going to Emerald Archipelago, which is kind of disappointing because I don't remember. Actually, there's a very easy way to find out what they're called. Emerald Dragons is the name of the currency in the Emerald Archipelago. But at the current moment, Oasis is still in... It's still in the economic zone of... Hold on, loading. God damn it. Of Gold Rock City, which is the Ankh region. Holy shit, dude. My brain lags like a mofo sometimes, honestly. It's a good thing it's only when I'm doing this and like not when I'm driving or nothing, because that would not work. So we've got 1 box of gold for 1,325 Astron crowns, which is damn good. 2 sculptures for 831. We've got mail. And let's see here, 35 days. 11 days. Oh, I don't know if we can make that journey in 11 days. I mean, hey, it wouldn't give us a journey that would take longer than what it takes to get there, right? I don't know, it might do that. But we're gonna go ahead and accept those things just in case. We also want mail to Fort Astron. Yes. And these big boxes, these are the sculpture boxes. And one of these boxes alone would have sunk our little boat. And then we've got 187 coins. So let's also go ahead and see what we can do trade-wise for Fort Astron here. And there's... Oh, it doesn't tell us how much profit. So it will... Oh, it doesn't tell us how much profit there is because we can't actually buy salmon here. Of course, yeah, obviously. It's fine. Like I said, brain loading. Listen, there's a reason we call it the Insomniac Yacht Club, okay? It's not because I record it when I'm fully awake. Also because it's recorded at like 4 o'clock in the morning. It is at the moment, so, you know. Let's see here. Goat cheese is actually pretty good profits. So we're going to be looking for profits to Fort Astron. Coconuts are big money. Anything better than coconuts? Can we actually afford a box of coconuts? That's the real question. Just. We can just afford a box of coconuts. Anything else? Bananas. Very good, but we can only buy one. Spices. We can't even afford the spices. But holy profit with the spices though, look at that. Grain, no. Silk. Big profit. It's like not really good profit considering how much it costs. Sculptures. Sculptures are huge profit, but again, we don't have 1,500 coins to be thrown around on sculptures. Same with logs. Meat is nothing. Tobacco is pretty good trades, but again, we can't afford it. Except for green tobacco. Fort Astron, not a fan of green tobacco. And they haven't yet included the new islands yet. Bad. Blue tobacco, big money at Sunspire. Oranges? Nope, no oranges. They don't want oranges. Alright, so dates are 61 profit, and we can buy 3 boxes of dates, which actually means that it's better profit than buying 1 box of coconuts. Because that will net us an extra 30 coins, I believe. So we'll go ahead and do that. Yeah. Nice. Alright, YouTube. The next time I join you, we'll be right here, except with the loaded boat. But until then, my friends, I will see you. Wait, hold on. No, I've got to do the rest of the outro. So that'll probably be cut and it'll be fine, or maybe it won't be cut and you'll just be like, wow, will this dude in the video already? But either way, YouTube, my friends, thank you for watching. If you've made it this far, you may as well like, you may as well comment, you may as well subscribe. You hate hearing it, I hate saying it, but it does help. And with that, my friends, I will see you next time. Peace, peace!